Hello, good afternoon. How's everyone doing today? Good. Awesome. My name is Jessica Mascote. The topic today would be talking about providing you all with a networking training kit. So the essentials that you would be needing in order to network effectively with individuals and making sure that you also advance in your career. So this is a brief overview of objectives. So you would need to, by the end of this presentation, you'll be able to understand what it is to network, so starting conversations, how to listen attentively, networking with effective communication. I know a lot of times, as myself, it's hard to communicate with another individual, so being able to provide you with materials and skills to help you in that. Building professional networks as well, so that would also encompass community involvement and building professional reputation for yourself. So here are the networking basics. All right, so of course we want to define what is networking. So networking is being able to communicate with people on a professional and personal level in order to build relationships professionally and personally for you, for your self-development. So how should I start a conversation? All right, this is perfect. So these are basic questions that you would like to ask another person when you're actually trying to start a conversation with them. Get to know them a little bit more. So what's your profession? What do you do for a living? Are you a student? Are you in the professional setting that you choose, that you want to go ahead and pursue? How did you hear about the event? So generally, a lot of times we're at events. It could be a banquet, scholarship banquet, so if you're a student, a professional banquet as well, a luncheon, maybe a lunch and learn. So how did you hear about the event? Facebook, advertisement, through your friends. So just to kind of get a little bit more information to start starting your conversation. Also, what are your hobbies or interests outside of work? So it's important sometimes we like to get involved with community organizations, maybe church organizations as well. Sometimes it can also spark an interest for the other individual that you're actually communicating with. They can also join you. So it's a form of recruitment for yourself and for your organization that you're representing. Also, what do you like most about your job? So a lot of times we like to tell ourselves, you know what, I want to be a doctor. You know what, I want to actually be an accountant. You know, I keep on changing my mind. I don't know what to do at times. And this can also spark an interest of maybe changing your career. So I know a lot of times there are people or individuals who like what they do, but they don't love it. So maybe if you're interacting with another individual and they're doing something that you're like, hey, I would actually love to do that. That could also spark an interesting conversation between you and also leading you all to a job internship, an opportunity for you to advance in your career. So attentive listening. So this is important. A lot of times I find myself, I like to multitask. It's difficult and sometimes it's not recommended, but you know, I also, being a mother, I have a lot to do to making sure that my baby's taken care of, getting prepared for my job, and getting prepared for my school, because I'm also a current master's student at my university. So a lot of times we can lead into, when we're listening to somebody, we're not necessarily listening. We're pretending like we're listening and just getting bits and pieces of what they're telling us. But if you actually want to move in your career, it's very important and crucial to actually show that person that you care about what they're saying and that you're attentively listening. So making sure if you are trying to like say, well, what am I going to eat tonight? And it's still trying to listen, make sure that you actually avoid doing that. Pay attention to what they say and how they say it. Because if I'm talking to you and I'm telling you, you know, my husband, he's been out of the country for a while, and you're like, and I'm like, I just don't know what to do, and I ask you, what should I do, and you're like, wait, I'm sorry, can you repeat that again? Then it makes me feel like you don't care about the way I feel, what I'm telling you. So making sure you're actually Being actively listening to what they're saying. It's very important when you're doing this in a professional setting, when you're networking, because this could also, like I mentioned, lead to a job opportunity. That employer or potential employer can actually say, you know what, I like this individual, they actually listen, and just by seeing maybe also your body language, they can also potentially see you within their company. Another thing that's good to learn when you're actually listening to an individual when you're networking is repeat what they said. So if I'm telling you, I have class on Monday and I have a workshop on Thursday, I need to teach or give a presentation on a certain topic, and I'm asking you questions of like, hey, what suggestions do you think I should do? It's important for you to repeat back to me what I said so you can understand where I'm going with this. So it's important that this is a helpful and useful tip when you're listening to somebody, making sure you repeat what they said, because if you repeat what they said, they can be like, oh, you know what, that's not what I meant. This is more of what I meant. So both of you guys are communicating effectively. So networking was effective communication. This is a good transition into what I was just talking about, communicating effectively. So what is effective communication? Well, effective communication is being able to provide a clear understanding of information that is being presented. Go ahead and go to the next one. Oh. Yeah. So a lot of times we can say communication is just you talking and saying words. But most of the time, it's actually, studies have shown that 93% is nonverbal communication. So the way I'm using my hands, the way I'm talking to you all, that's a form of nonverbal communication. So a lot of what I do, the way I present myself, speaks a lot. So examples of nonverbal communication is eye contact, facial expressions, gestures, posture, tone, and inflection. And I have also provided a little clip of a video that I want to show you giving these examples. I know I can speak it, but a lot of times it's good to actually visualize it and see it for yourselves. All right, and this is just an example of bits and pieces from Friends. So I know some of you all have seen Friends, some of you have not, but it's going to show you bits and pieces.
Andrew's father, by the way, you got it.
No way to get him to forgive us.
I don't know.
I'm telling you. I can do it.
Yeah, you can do it.
This crazy-eyed, hairy beast man. He was like a Bigfoot or a Yeti or something. Hi, just so you know, we didn't mean to fog you. We actually thought you were like a Yeti or something. Hi.
So you like the short hair better?
What? Yeti? I'm Danny.
Pete? Hello? If you two are happy, then I'm happy for you. I'm fine.
Really?
Absolutely. I'm fine. Totally fine. I don't know why it's coming out all loud and squeaky, because really, I'm fine.
Joe? Well, I guess Joey went home. Oh, and look, there's still one box that I have to unpack. Oh my God, you almost gave me a heart attack.
Oh. Let's put aside the fact that you accidentally picked up my grandmother's ring and you accidentally proposed to Rachel.
People do this.
I don't really know what that means. I'm sorry.
All right. So that was just a clip.
Let's suppose that you're writing a really important email to a colleague.
All right. So it's important to know
Or
these essentials when you're networking with somebody. Is a lot of what you actually express through hand movements, through eye contact, can say a lot. I know Joey gave the eye contact like I can do it. A lot of times if your boss is telling you, hey, I need you to take care of this task for me, and you're hesitant, you're like, well, I mean, I don't know if I can't do it. You know, that can tell him a lot from what you're saying. By hesitating, maybe not even keeping an eye contact with him, and it can tell him like, well, she can't do it. Where if you tell him, you know what, I can do this, then you're giving a reaffirmation for your boss, saying like, you know what, she can do this and she will make this happen. So a lot of that says, your body language says a lot of what you can do, and the person that you are at the moment. And we're actually going to be talking about appearances here soon, and that goes hand in hand with body language. So before we actually go into the appearance and body language more, we're going to do a reflection activity. So based off of the video that you just saw, can you tell me maybe things that you saw within the video that the characters actually showed, maybe the do's and don'ts? I know a lot of times you saw like don'ts, I know I saw don'ts. Okay, so can you tell me a little bit of what you saw or what you noticed throughout the video regarding the different characteristics within the effective communication, eye contact, gesture, etc.?
The spatial behavior, I guess, if someone moves away from you, don't advance again.
Okay, anything else? Do you guys sometimes feel like you might also do certain or particular hand movements, eye contacts, just to avoid question, or what was that? Spatial behavior. Okay. What about eye contact? Do you guys normally find yourselves where you're making sure that you're keeping an eye contact with the person you're communicating with? Yeah. Okay. And making sure too, when you do the eye contact, that it's more natural than trying to just force it and just staring into their soul. You know, sometimes you're like, okay, I need to look somewhere else and then look back to the individual. So make it a little bit more natural.
Yeah. One thing that I noticed was that they were speaking, but what they were saying wasn't matching their facial expressions, so it kind of looked as if they didn't mean what they were saying. So.
All right, so we're going to hear a little small snippet of this active listening video that goes back into attentive listening when you're communicating with another individual.
active listening may not come naturally to you, but it is a communication skill that can be learned. When you pay attention by actively listening, you have a greater likelihood of accurately understanding the other person, and you show the other person that you are truly interested in what they have to say, which helps build trust and rapport. The first step is to pay attention when somebody is talking. This means you must avoid distractions and focus on the content of what is being said. It also means that you must avoid any temptation to interrupt the other person and avoid thinking about what your response is going to be. The next step is to use reflective listening statements to make sure that you have correctly heard and understood what was communicated. An example of a reflective listening statement is a mirroring statement, such as, "So Tigger vomited twice last night?" Or it could be a summary of what the other client said, put into your own words. Reflective listening statements